Okay, so for this presentation, I will talk about sharpening your development flow with Coding Dojos. So the term dojo normally comes from like ninja or kung fu dojos, where the ninjas or the practices of martial arts come together to learn about martial arts, and normally they have like a sensei that is the teacher that will teach them how to do it and how to practice this skill. That's the same thing that will happen here with Coding Dojos. So first, we'll say who I am. I already did this presentation before, but for those who don't know, I'm a front-end developer at White Prompt. I live in Brazil. I'm passionate with open source and also in electronic hobbies. So I like a lot to play with Arduino, do devices myself, and etc. And I also like to do presentations, as you can see, and share knowledge. That's the second one that I do here on White Prompt, and I hope to do more. So that's a photo here of myself. I at Python Brazil when I was presenting of how to do an autonomous robot with Python and Pygame using a joystick. So, what is a coding dojo? A coding dojo is a meeting where a bunch of coders get together to work on a programming challenge. That's basically it. It's like getting together a lot of people trying to solve challenges and also trying to learn something with it. And how does it work? Programmers take turns and help each other to solve the challenge. So normally what happens in a code dojo is that first we get two people. One is what we call the pilot, another is what we call the co-pilot. And then we try to solve a challenge. Let me take an example for a very simple example. I have to do a calculator. So I pick two people, and then these two people will try to solve this calculator problem. So they maybe start, for example, oh, the sum is the easiest one. So let's start with the sum. And then they decide to start the sum and they talk together. So how do we do the sum? Do we create a function? Do we do it by ourselves, and etc.? And also everyone can participate, not only the pilot or co-pilot. So while they are doing their code, everyone that are seeing that they are trying to solve the challenge can like give tips. For example, oh, I think it's better to use a function. I think there is a built-in function, I don't know, on JavaScript or Python that maybe it will solve it faster or something like that. And also another thing that I did not put here is it's totally agnostic of language. Normally what we do on Dojo is that we choose the language for the challenge that we want to solve. We can choose, for example, more strange ones like Clojure or Elm or something like that. And we can like choose a common language just to people practice some skill that they want to practice for that language that we already know. So what are the benefits of doing one? But, well, first, it improves the capacity of solving problems, because the normal thing to do is try to solve a difficult problem. So while we are doing so with the help of other people, that helps you to know how to solve a difficult problem after you did one. And also, you know about others' approach on a challenge. That's a good one, because sometimes you know how to solve something, but you know a person that's participating on a dojo that person comes in and then try to use a very difficult approach to solve the challenge. And that approach, maybe it's a good one that you can use at your work, for example, and it's easy to implement or something like that, or is more performatic. There is a lot of good things to come from it. And also value the benefits of baby steps and TDD. That's a more advanced way to do a dojo, but normally what I did when I did some dojos here on Natal, the city I live in, Brazil, is that we do based on baby steps and TDD. So you do by steps, you discuss it with people, what are the steps to solve the challenge, And then we start implementing them. For example, for the case of the calculator, we decided to start with the sum. So the rule here is you can only go to the next step if you did a test for the first that you are doing right now. So I cannot pass to another step if I did not did a test or it's not working the first step. So it forces you to know how to baby steps and how to TDD, which is test-driven development. And also it's good to learn other languages. I remember that one time I did with a friend of mine and other people, we decided to do the dojo with Erlang, which is a functional language. We like take almost all the day trying to solve it, but it was good because for me that I did not know about the functional language paradigm, it helps me to start knowing about it and know how to do things. But it was a pain because sometimes, for example, we do not have a for, we have to do a recursion. We do not know how to do a recursion in Erlang, so we have to learn how to do it. But it's a good thing to do it sometimes. And also helps you to boost your career growth because right now, because you know how to solve difficult challenges, you are growing on your capacity of solving problems. And also, you know that all the companies, when you try to get one, they always do that. Oh, it's a challenge test to you to enter the company. So after you're doing these dojos, you will see that it's all a breeze to do because you are very likely to do one. And also I saw when I doing it on here in Brazil that some people that come to the dojo, they do not know about development. So they start knowing, participating on this event. And then some of these people are actually trying to go for on the companies here in Brazil, and they are passing on the test because of this practice they have on dojos. So what are the basic rules? Where two people start coding, as I said, one pilot and co-pilot. One codes and one helps with logic, and the one who after 5 minutes, because they're based on cycles. So two people start coding, they spend 5 minutes try to solve, and then other two people try to go there, but one that already were, and then another one from the crowd, as I can say, comes in and try to solve the code challenge. And it's 5 minutes. So if I go to a place after these 5 minutes, the new person that comes in will have to continue my thinking. So that's the idea. So that's why it's good for everyone to participate, because everyone will know what you're trying to solve. And then when a new person comes by, that person will know how to continue working on that. I'm not bad. Oh, now it works. What are the advanced rules to make things more interesting? These rules are normally what they call like the French rules of Dojo Challenge, because they normally in France they do this kind of rules when they do coding dojos there, and here in Brazil we try to make these rules too, which basic are developing using baby steps, as I said, because, oh, here I pass in front, but developing using baby steps. Only go to the next steps when you have a test for the previous one, and you can only seek help from other people, for example, the crowd, aside from the co-pilot, if all the tests are passing. So you can only, let me say the example again of the calculator. If you're doing this sum and the sum test is not passing, you cannot seek help for anyone aside from the two people that are coding now. And that's because I did a program to check for it. That was the Dojo timer that I present on the last presentation for Electron. And we use it now because let's do one. Let's do one Coding Dojo. So right now, I think Fabricio has set up the VS Code, right? For coding alongside with me.
That's right.
Can you try to use it right now for me to see if it's working?
Yeah, sure. So let's see.
And also, if anyone would like to participate, I will try to get a code here that I will put on Zoom.
I don't know how to code in Python, sorry.
But that's a good way that you can learn.
Yeah.
So that's why that's another benefit of the dojo, because if you want to enter, the ones that are on your team will try to help you how to solve the problem, and we'll try to make you learn some things in Python. So I'm trying to open Zoom now, but it's not showing. How can I send messages here while I'm sharing a screen? Or can I will try to put it on Slack. It's better.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not copied. I did not copy there. Let me try to get it again. I think you have the link, right, Fabrizio? You can share the same link for the people on Slack.
I will share it on Slack. Hold on 1 second. Here.
But you guys are seeing my screen, right?
Yeah.
And I will paste the link in engineering. So there we go.
Let me try to put it here.
I just shared the session link in engineering.
So let's try to take some turns here. So first, I will try to get a challenge for us. This one I thought interesting. I will read for everyone, and you can accompany here on my screen. But the challenge is the following. The white-mouthed frog is particularly interested in eating habits of other creatures. He just can't stop asking the creatures he encounters what they like to eat. But then he meets the alligator, who just loves to eat white-mouthed frogs. When he meets the alligator, it makes that tiny mouth. Your goal is in this kata. Oh, by the way, kata is what we call the challenge to do on Coding Dojos. Your goal on this kata is to complete the mouth size method. This method takes one argument, animal, which corresponding to the animal encountered by frog. If this one is an alligator, case insensitive, so it means it's not. If I put uppercase or etc., it will have to pass. Return small, otherwise return wide. You guys understand the challenge?
So we have this method, mouth size, from a class that will be, I'm assuming a class, right? The white mouth frog. And this mouth size should return wide unless the parameter passed to the mouth size is alligator, in which it should be small so it doesn't get eaten by the alligator.
That's right. So I will put here, this is the main file. I just did a test here to some. And also this timer is bounded by this code. So if I start the timer here, it will try to make the test and etc. So we can start. You know Python, right, Fabrizio?
A little bit. It's been long the last time I used it, but I remember some of it.
Okay, so let's try to do something. You will give me the instructions to solve the thing, and I will just code. And then after 5 minutes, we change places.
Okay, sounds good.
So I will start the timer here, and we can start discussing. Okay, so what is the first step that you think that we should have right now?
We should write the test first.
Okay, so what we are going to test here?
We should test it was called the mouth size, right? The name of the method.
Yeah.
And by the way, I think on line 6, we should change the name of the test mouth size, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. And what will be the expected return here?
Wide.
Okay.
First, for the time being.
So, okay, let's try to run this test. Obviously, it runs incorrect, so I programmed here to show what happened on the test. It says that the module has no attribute month size because we did not define a function called month size, right?
Right. So we should define
And what do you think we should return here?
White.
Oh, but no, not return the parameter here.
You mean the parameter?
Yeah.
Like the kata says that it should receive an animal, right?
Yeah, so we call it animal.
Okay, yeah.
And the return should be wide, right?
Wide.
So anything that returns, it always return wide. So
wide.
If I run the
and it should be a string, right?
Yeah.
The wide, I mean, on line 2.
Yeah, but I think that Python does obviously
will
does
stringify.
Not have...
Cool.
Oh, you want to stringify, but as we are passing only parameters, I think there is no problem for Python to just put it right there. So we'll just try to test it because it's TDD to know if this simple thing will work. Oh, it's here. Let me try to test it again. It's still not working. Why? Dojo mouth size wide. Oh, because it's different from. Oh, because I do not return a
string.
A string.
I believe you are not calling the function.
Oh, actually, it's calling the function here. I can show it. It's Dojo mouth size, and there is a file called Dojo that has the method mouth size.
Don't you have to pass a parameter?
Yes, I have. I think that's one of the things that it's different. Let's try to, oh, I just closed it here. Let's try to pass a parameter. Because I just doesn't, I understand now what you mean by not calling the function.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So, now let's try to put like the problem
alligator.
To put a, yeah. But that would be wrong. Let's try, for example, giraffe.
Okay.
The test passed, so it's green now. So
we still have a minute.
Yeah, we still have a minute. So how do we do now? We have to put like an if to see if it is
right. If animal is alligator, if animal equal alligator,
it's alligator is like that. That is
with 2 L's, I guess.
Yeah, it's with 2 L's. Okay.
It should return small.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
like this, if it is a return, and we'll just stop the function, so we'd not need an else, right?
Oh, time over.
Oh, now we change places. You have to write the code, and I will try to make the call.
Okay.
So
cool.
Let's start it. So what we want to do now is try to...
I have a question. Should I define a new method on the test suite, or I should do the assertion within test mouth size? If you go to...
I think the right way doing TDD would be have another method defined.
Okay, then let's def test mouth size with alligator.
Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, you also have to, it has to be a function and it has to receive the class implementation
right.
there.
Self. And I will just copy this to save us some typing.
Yeah.
So if this is alligator, it should return small, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you want me to run the test?
Please do.
It works. So there is one more thing that is missing as I read there, because it's case insensitive.
Oh.
So if try to write right now a test for writing alligator with the A uppercase.
Yeah, I will do that right now. So with alligator, let's call unsensitive.
Yeah.
So if this is, let's say, all capitals, alligator, it should still return small.
You want me to run there?
Yeah, please. Nope.
Yeah, now it's red.
So let's go to the method, right? Can you focus? Exactly. There you go. So we should always make lowercase the animal parameter, right?
Yeah. I think there is a method for it in Python, right?
It should be something like to lower. I don't remember. I will. Can we use?
No, you can.
Google?
Yeah, you can search for it. No problem.
Okay, because I don't remember the name of the method. So Python.
Anyone here knows the method?
Just use lower.
Lower.
Oh, okay.
Lower
cool.
Parentheses.
Because that's a good thing for the dojo. We can ask the crowd, for example, if we do not know anything about it.
Like this?
Yes.
Cool. So it's saved. Can you run it again, please?
Okay.
Yay.
Yeah, now it's solved. Let's try just one more time. Like you put it all caps. Try just the first letter in caps, just for us to make sure it's running okay.
Something like this.
I have one tricky, but I'm not sure how Python works. But what about do you pass a number?
Good one. Like put.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. So I added the test. Can you run it again?
Okay.
The assertion, not the test.
Okay. It will try to. It's all okay. It's all passing.
So Marian, you say def test mouth size with
with no string, I would say.
With no strings. And self. So self dot assert. What do we assert here?
It could be assert. It could be assert to equal, because we want to know if it will be small. So if you pass anything, actually. Yeah, we can treat this. For example, if you pass anything that is not a string, we can pass, for example, a string, not an animal. It's not required on the test, but we can do like this. just to treat the error.
So it should be like
not animal. Yeah. So the time is over. Now I will start coding. I will start by doing the test. And
guys, if anyone joined the session, maybe you can join as a copilot. I don't know. Anyone in the audience, I mean.
Can anyone, I think I just see you are here, Fabricio.
Okay.
If anyone wants. But okay, let's continue here. I think the best way to do this is like
put a word at the beginning of the methods. Exactly.
Yeah, we can do like a try.
But lower?
Yeah, because lower is a method for strings. So I will try to execute this method. If it doesn't work, I will try to.
I see.
Is it like that? Except I did not.
It's with that.
Yeah, it's like
exactly.
That. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. By the way, for those who come from JavaScript, try except is the same as like it's try catch. Yeah, it's the same as try catch. So I will try to run the invalid syntax.
What didn't like? Try. The try.
I think it's not like that.
Maybe. No.
Still.
Let me look for that.
Maybe you can just call try and let it call the condition on if, and that will throw the error.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yes, like that.
That's right. I was not.
No, it will be invoked anyway within the if. Right. So.
Yeah, even within the if. That's right. I do not need it. Okay, let's try it. Yeah, it's working. Sweet. So we treat this error. So I think is enough, right, for everyone to understand how the dojo work. And if you guys want, we can like schedule other meetings for trying to solve more challenging problems, because this one, right, is not like, oh my God, the most difficult problem to solve, but we had more difficult ones to take more time to solve.
Yeah, that will be great. I will happily join more dojos.
Yeah, I'm showing later. Is it does it work with JavaScript as well, or you need to use Python?
Oh, my program is agnostic. It will work with any language that you want.
Okay, got it. Cool.
Because the program here, if you want, you have to set up the test function, and then when you want to run the project.
Got it. Thank you.
So it's easy to configure it here. It's on GitHub, by the way, if you want to know the code.
Super.
So maybe we could start doing a dojo a weekly dojo, maybe half an hour or 1 hour per week, and see how it goes. But I think it will be great.
Yeah, and you pay a gift, right, to the one who resolves.
Me? I will send him a bottle of wine.
Great.
Cool.
Let's do a dojo with a reward, right? If we solve the challenge, it will be a bottle of wine.
Or we can drink the wine before and try to solve the challenge being drunk.
Yeah, that will be more challenging.
Cool. That's great.
So thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gustavo.
Thank you, guys.
I have one last question.
Okay.
Do you know some website that schedule this kind of events? So if you want to do some dojo, you can go there and join a call where you can participate in a coding dojo.
Well, I do not know if anyone have done it, but what I did, for example, here in Brazil, where I live in Natal, is that we have a group on Telegram that we schedule there. We just create a meeting and just send the link for everyone. And then we always set up, for example, the VS Code environment. Sometimes people are more attached to Vim and Emacs. We have a solution for that too.
But
I do not know if any site.
Maybe we can have on the weekend a small, how is it called? Multiple choice to vote what kind of challenge we will do on the next one.
Yeah, that could be awesome. And also I use it here, a site called Code Wars, that you can like view a lot of challenges. That they have like this kill method here that the less the kill, the more difficult the challenge is. So you have from 8 to 1. And then we can select more difficult ones. Because, for example, if we had 2 hours to solve a thing, then we can put the more difficult ones that are like this.
Nice.
Brainfuck transpiler. This is a difficult one. That's the strange language that is called brainfuck. So yeah, they have a lot of difficult challenges here, and they made this site to help people pass on like job tests, and also to have coding dojos. So it's a good one to have to practice.
Nice. Then, Daniel, I like your suggestion on doing some like a form, a Google form to gather ideas on the dojos. We can use Code Wars, and we should schedule the next one soon, maybe next week, if you guys agree.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Sweet. All right, then I'll take care of that, and hopefully we will meet again next week.
Okay.
You know, one thing that I will add now that I think to the Google form is also the schedule, like the time in which we meet. Try to see a free spot in everyone's calendar so we can all participate.
Yeah.
That would be great. Thank you. See you guys
Thank
next week.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Gustavo.
Bye-bye.
Great.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.